Hi and welcome back. In my last session I shared some information with you about how your attitude and your environment can prepare you to sleep. In this session I'm going to be working with you to help you to learn how a mind loop can help you to block distractions out and how binaural and bilateral audio can help you to sleep better. First, let's talk a little bit about your attitude from last time. Remember, last time we talked about how trying harder doesn't necessarily mean that you'll sleep better. In fact, we want you to relax. So preparing is a key element to sleeping better. One of the things that you can do to prepare to sleep better is be ready for distractions before they even occur. And to do that, I'm going to teach you a trick, a technique that I call mind loop. But first, let's go back a little bit. If you're sitting in bed or lying in bed and something's bothering you, how do you usually deal with that? Most people usually deal with that one of two ways. They either tell themselves something like, I need to clear my mind. I need to blank my mind out. Well, if you're like most people, you can't blank your mind out for more than a few seconds. Maybe if you're a yoga master you can do that, but most of us 5 to 10 seconds tops and some thought will come to our mind. So we give up. And so what's the next step that you usually take? You say, don't think about fill in the blank. It could be whatever you're worried about. It could be your job, could be money, could be a loved one, could be your health, could be anything. And if you say, don't think about it, what do you think is going to happen? Take back a step and think, if I tell you, don't think of a pink elephant, what do you think of? You can't help it. You're going to think of the pink elephant. So telling yourself not to think of something is counterproductive. It actually reminds you of it. So instead, I'm going to teach you a trick called the mind loop. The mind loop is a way of distracting yourself from thoughts. And it does it by giving you a circular thought pattern that's neutral. Here's an example. If you're sitting in bed and you're thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? I don't know how I'm going to get that job done in time. And you tell yourself not to think about it. You can basically do something about that by saying, instead of that, I'm going to think this thought. Remember to forget, and forget to remember. Remember to forget, and forget to remember. If you do that continuously, soon your mind will become so distracted that it won't be able to think of the thing that you were trying to forget in the first place. So that's a mind loop. You can see why I call it a loop, because basically the thoughts loop back on themselves. I'm giving you a suggestion of a mind loop, but you can create your own. Basically, mind loops have two key critical things that you need to remember. First of all, they have to be interesting. They have to be something that are thought-provoking. Usually we don't consider the words remember and forget in the same sentence. In this case, I'm telling you to remember to forget. When's the last time you did that? And secondly, they need to loop back on each other. So if you're prepared to use this technique before you go to sleep, when a thought presents itself that distracts you, you can remember to forget and forget to remember. Now, there's a way to cheat to do this. There are several audio products out there that you can listen to that will remind you to do this. But again, if you don't have one of those audio products, you can do this all by yourself. You can remember to forget and forget to remember at any time. So, the next time you're faced with a distraction, remember to forget and forget to remember.